Should have been a clue that anyone that inspires that level of crazy probably shouldn't have gotten out of the dating phase.
They was busy partying with the Martins. Then they switched over from the Martins to Mark Anthony and Jennifer Lopez. And then the kiss happened on Hawthorne. Her show got canceled. Mark and Jennifer broke up. All of this was going on. Like, all of these motherfuckers be doing all of this wild shit.
Ugh.
They ain't doing as much, I guess, now because they getting older. I guess it just moved over to the Wade house.
Energy transfers.
And I'm not saying that because of their trans daughter. I'm saying that because of the artist that I just spoke to not that long ago that got invited to a party at their house. Everything was cool up front till they went to the back and there was a bunch of old fucking and young boys back there, all ass naked in the Wade house. So I find it funny that Gabrielle's sitting there talking shit about Boosie. Maybe you suspicious of him because of the shit that's happening in your house. Out of here.
Gabrielle Union is shaking the table right now because she just put her soon-to-be ex, Dwyane Wade, on full blast. And the claims are wild. She's spilling tea that points straight at his secret double life, and people can't stop talking about it. So here's what's going down. Dwyane already got caught cheating on Gabrielle before, but this time she's flipping the script and firing back. Instead of staying quiet, she's allegedly confirming whispers about his other side, and fans are losing it. Gabrielle even admitted in her own words, "I failed big, and I failed very publicly, and I failed at marriage." That alone had the internet lit up. Now, the drama is reaching new levels because insiders are saying the marriage didn't crash over just regular infidelity. Nope. Sources claim Gabrielle is tired of hiding Dwyane's secret hookups with men and that she's finally done covering for him. Can you imagine the storm that's about to hit their household? And let's be real, rumors of Wade stepping out aren't brand new. Way back when they first got together, one of his alleged side pieces came forward saying, "I too have my situation with Dwyane." That line alone had folks clutching their pearls. But now, with Gabrielle herself supposedly confirming pieces of it, the streets are convinced this divorce is about to get way uglier than anyone thought. One of Dwyane Wade's old flames didn't hold back when she spilled the tea. Can't lie, he's great in bed, but I would never take him seriously like Gabrielle does. He's always flying women out and sleeping around. They love to pose like they're Michelle and Barack, but the truth is, it's all for show. That kind of shade had everyone's jaws on the floor. She doubled down, saying every time a messy rumor hits the blogs, the couple suddenly pops up together, smiling for cameras, as if they're proving something. But behind closed doors, she claims he's juggling way too many women to count. And according to her, everybody who deals with him knows the deal. Either Gabrielle knows and stays quiet, or she's choosing to ignore it. But here's where things get explosive. Word is, Dwyane wasn't just caught up with women. Allegedly, he had connections with men too. Rumors about him being on the low have floated for years, but most people brushed it off. Still, when you look back, it starts to add up. He was married before Gabrielle, broke up with her at one point, and almost instantly got another woman pregnant. It's like there was always something brewing in the background. Now insiders are whispering that the women may have been nothing more than beards to keep his real truth hidden. Some even think he's into both, but protecting his image always came first. And fans online have started noticing little things about Gabrielle and Dwyane's public appearances that make them question everything. Let's not forget the infamous break baby situation, when Gabrielle and Dwyane split for a while, and he ended up fathering a child during that time. Years later, Gabrielle finally opened up about the pain, saying, "It should go without saying that we were not in a good place when the child was conceived, but we were doing much better when he finally told me about the pregnancy." She admitted that to call herself devastated was putting it lightly. Even after endless therapy sessions, she still struggles to find the words. And while many thought it was strange that she ever took him back after such a betrayal, a new theory is shaking things up. Some insiders believe Gabrielle actually walked away after discovering rumors about his sexuality. But when the baby situation came out, Dwyane allegedly flipped the script and convinced her it was proof he was straight. Suddenly, just months later, they were back together and tying the knot, like he wanted to lock her in before she could rethink everything. Fans are buzzing that the whole oops baby may not have been an accident at all. Some claim Dwyane might have planned it, using fatherhood as a way to reel Gabrielle back in. The timing alone has people raising eyebrows. What are the chances that all of this happened by mistake? Even more telling, supporters have noticed how Gabrielle and Dwyane barely acknowledged the child, Xavier, in public. That silence has only fueled speculation that the baby wasn't just a scandal. It was part of a bigger strategy in their messy love story. Say what you want about Dwyane Wade, but most folks agree he's been a solid dad, at least when it comes to 3 of his kids. He's shown up heavy for them, especially for Zaya, his trans teen daughter. He even went head-to-head with his ex in court just to make sure Zaya had the freedom to live her truth, and a lot of people respected him for that. But when it comes to his son Xavier, total silence. Fans can't help but notice the difference, and it's raising eyebrows everywhere. People try to excuse it, saying maybe he doesn't vibe with Xavier's mom, but that theory falls apart quick. He and Xavier's mother were longtime friends before the baby came along, so why would he ice them out now? And here's the kicker. Dwyane openly despises his first wife, Chauvin Funches. Yet he still shows up as a full-on dad for their 2 kids. So this whole blame the mom excuse just doesn't add up. Some even think Xavier's mom was the perfect pick for a so-called convenience baby, since they already had history. It's starting to feel calculated, not random. Fans are convinced Gabrielle always had suspicions, but that break baby became the key that pulled her back in. From then on, the couple built this picture-perfect image of Black Hollywood love. 2 stars, shining bright, flaunting success, and a fairy tale romance. But under the surface, things were shaky. Gabrielle herself spilled in an interview that behind all the glam, they split every bill 50-50, down to the penny.
To say I'm head of household, because in this household, we split everything 50-50. But in the other households that each of us have to support, it puts this, there's always this like gorilla on your back that it is like, you better work, you better work.
That shocked fans who thought Wade was carrying the household. This whole 50-50 thing rubbed fans the wrong way real quick. Because let's keep it real, Dwyane's money is on a whole other level compared to Gabrielle's. Her net worth sits around $40 million, which is impressive. But Wade's pockets are stacked at over $170 million. That's more than 4 times her bag. So why on earth are they splitting bills down the middle? Folks say it just doesn't make sense. He should be covering way more given the gap. But then the plot thickened. In an interview, Wade dropped the bomb that Gabrielle was actually the one who pushed for the equal split. And the reason? He once made a slick remark during an argument that cut deep. And from that point on, she wanted to make sure nobody could ever claim she was with him for money.
Because I think I said one time when we was in Miami, I said something about it being my house that I paid for. My wife looked at me, she was like, you will never say that to me again when it's something that we share. And so my wife was like, that when we moved to LA, I got half on it. You will never say my house again.
Still, fans think there was way more to it. Remember how people said Dwyane might have used that baby to prove he wasn't hiding anything? Well, turns out Gabrielle never stopped doubting. She admitted she went out of her way to keep her finances separate from his during the early years of their marriage. She even revealed, the biggest difference between this and the last marriage will be a prenup, at my insistence. When you have your own stuff, you don't need to worry about anyone else's stuff. And she threw shade too, saying, I've never seen Dwyane balance a checkbook, so I gotta protect my stuff. That confession had people screaming that Gabrielle didn't just want independence. She wanted protection from a man she didn't fully trust. Now, prenups themselves ain't shocking. It's 2025. That's just smart business. But what shook people was how Gabrielle said it. The tone had folks side-eyeing, like maybe she was sending shots without fully saying it. But even that wasn't half as wild as the storm that hit when Jaguar Wright popped up with fresh tea about Dwyane Wade. Jaguar claimed Wade was living a whole double life, throwing down low pool parties at his house that only a select crowd knew about. And if you know Jaguar, she's always got receipts to drop. So when she spoke, people ran with it. For many fans, her story was just more confirmation that the whispers about Wade might actually be true. And as if that wasn't messy enough, a gossip blog called Moy added fuel to the blaze just last week, claiming Wade had been caught cozying up with another woman. The post read, Dwyane is very close to a woman, not Gabrielle. He was spotted speaking very intimately with her for 2 hours. That alone had the internet buzzing like crazy. Meanwhile, Gabrielle's own posts started adding layers to the drama. On Instagram, she shared cryptic lines like, when clarity, truth, and transparency are present, there's only room for evolution. Then on Snapchat, she dropped a pic of her daughter with the caption, I'd do anything for her. Fans immediately clocked that she's been posting with just her daughter, while Wade keeps posing with the other kids. And insiders are whispering that this split is giving Will and Jada vibes all over again. Insiders say Gabrielle and Dwyane have been trying to keep things quiet, living separate lives behind the scenes while still putting on a united front when necessary. But here's where it gets wild. The mystery woman Wade was spotted with allegedly wasn't a woman at all, but a male cross-dresser. That twist flipped the whole story upside down. Word is, Gabrielle has finally had enough. Sources close to her claim she knows Wade has been back messing around with men, and she's sick of pretending it's not happening. They say she feels humiliated and betrayed, and that's exactly why she's been reaching out to divorce lawyers to figure out her next move. According to insiders, Gabrielle is disgusted by the idea that she's been nothing more than a beard, while Wade continues to hide his real truth. For the cameras, they're still smiling for their daughter's sake. But fans have picked up on the cracks. Both of them have stopped wearing their wedding rings, and to the streets, that's a dead giveaway. Online chatter has been brutal, with people clowning the situation. One fan wrote, and she was paying half the bills? Another said, Wade being gay is still crazy to me, but I'm not surprised. Others even mocked Gabrielle, saying she thought she'd be the one to finally tame him. But the break baby and these latest rumors prove otherwise. Let's not forget, Gabrielle wasn't innocent in how all this started. She was messy and disrespectful toward Dwyane's first wife, sliding into a marriage that eventually crumbled. Back then, she played a role in the drama. And now, some folks are saying the tables have turned. She's the wife, and yet Dwyane is still out here cheating. Karma, anyone? People online are saying this is the universe giving her a taste of her own medicine. And honestly, the storyline is wild. But here's the real question. Do you think Gabrielle is finally gonna walk away for good? Or is she about to forgive him again and keep up the act? Y'all drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video, and I'll see you in the next one.